Another exciting Tuesday evening, and it's time to get into Keeping It Real right here on 3FM 92.7. My name is AJ Akwako Sapon, and this is a show that keeps it real on all things, on relationships, on money, on finances. And based on your stories, we try and give you the needed solution and give you the clarity you're so craving on whatever you may be going through. Today is an all-female affair, as per usual. And joining me in the studio, I'll start off with the resident lady of the show, is the one and only Miss Judy. Hi, Miss Judy.
Hi, AJ. Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Just I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, you're not?
With this weather, how?
Yeah, weather for twinning. This one is a weather for two. But what's with Ghanaians and the need to just sleep every time it rains?
Oh.
Like as soon as it rains, everyone wants to disappear.
But you know, the weather is too hot. When it's like this, we just like to listen to cruise and just rest.
That one is true. That one is true. Yeah, but what will happen if we actually just, walk through the rain or get things done or not think about going home and cuddling?
I didn't talk about cuddling.
So it's my mind that went there. Yeah. Are you? Well, also joining us on the show this evening, we're excited to have for the first time, she's the CEO of Golden Luxury Real Estate and a real volunteer, Nana Ajwa Sharp. Hi, Nana Ajwa. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How's your week been so far?
Well, it's been a tedious and a busy week, but we thank God.
We thank God for that. Okay, all right. Brilliant. So we're going to get into the story for this week. Miss Judy, how's your week been?
Not bad.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah. I think it was only last night that ECG decided to disturb my night.
Oh, they visited you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Charlie.
didn't sleep well, so I'm so a little bit tired.
This. Anyways. Have you dealt with doom so lately, Nana? Have you dealt with doom so lately?
Yes, just last night.
Hey! And I was lucky then. Oh my. Fingers crossed. All right, so let's get into our first topic for today. And it's about a lady whose husband has not made love to her in the 1 year of marriage. She reads, "Hi ladies, I am a 27-year-old and I got married to my husband who's 34 last year, and it was a marriage I prayed for to happen because I love him. D loves me too, and he sacrificed a lot for my happiness when we started dating. He's a church guy, that's why I accepted to marry him. We practiced no sex before marriage, and he joined our church and we met and liked each other. Our pastor blessed the marriage. On the night of our wedding, I was all ready for him finally. For my husband to touch me. He told me to relax. I went to bed with my phone trying to reply messages as I waited for him. As I was pressing my phone, I heard my husband moaning like one who's making out. He was sitting on the couch watching a movie on his laptop. I looked towards his direction so I could know what was happening, and I found out my husband was masturbating. I went closer to his position and I saw he was watching porn. Gay porn. I was shocked, but I didn't make him feel like it was bad. I jokingly told him that he should focus on me, but he rejected my advances, and that felt like the beginning of the end of our marriage. After 3 weeks in, I asked him what the problem was. My husband says he enjoys watching porn than making love to a woman. I asked him why he married me, and he said so the world won't question his sexuality. My husband opened up to me that he has never made love to any woman in his life, and he would rather be with a man, but was too afraid to make the move, so he reverts to porn instead. I became speechless and weak. One day, he went out and bought me toys to use on myself whenever I needed someone inside me, or I should go outside and get it from one particular guy. He promised to pay me a huge monthly allowance, which he has begun, in exchange for my silence, or if I defy him, he will ruin me and my family. The thing is, D is very wealthy, and he took care of not only me during the courtship, but my entire family, establishing a business for my parents, putting my siblings in very good and expensive schools, and upgrading our entire lives, including our family home. The thought of paying him back financially is not even possible, as we can't afford it as a family. And it's been a year, and I'm suffering as I feel too guilty to cheat as well. And I can't leave because of my family, so I'm stuck in a sexless marriage. It's so bad that people have begun to notice I'm unhappy and keep asking me, but I'm trying to protect the image of my husband. I'm craving intimacy, but I'm afraid of going outside of my marriage, even though my husband has given me permission as well. I'm unable to leave, at least not yet. What can I do? How can I survive? This... So that's our dilemma for today. A lady who is stuck in a sexless marriage because her husband is addicted to gay porn. In fact, he may be questionable in terms of his sexuality, but because he's admitted that he doesn't have the vim to go out and find a guy, he's rather reverting to not touching his wife, but keeping her as a way for people to know that he is not, in other words, gay. Now, the big question is, what should she do? How does she navigate this? Especially when she's stuck in a situation where her family cannot afford to pay all the good things he's done for them back. Who should I start with? Any, mini, miny, mo. Nanadra, let me get into it with you. What were your thoughts when you first read the story?
Okay, so coming into
Please, into the mic, Emma. Thank you.
So coming into contact with the story, you could clearly tell this is a young girl who has less experience in life.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result of family background, she doesn't know her value.
Mm-hmm.
That is the truth. Now, you met someone and the guy is a church guy
Yes.
in court.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first instance of trying to judge a book by its cover. People come in different ways. You might not know what you might be going into. So you should. She didn't take her time to study the guy. They didn't know each other that much. So I think she has a lot of learning to do, but the harm has already been caused. So I think the best solution for her, she should be real to herself. She has to be real to herself. She has to confide in someone. I think the parents would be best to let her know what she's going through. Right now, she's been taken as a sacrificial lamb for the family.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate. It's not good for her mental health. It's not good for her well-being as well. Yes. And the guy also, in any relationship that is not built on trust, it won't sustain.
True.
So the guy wasn't true to her in the first place, and that is a very bad red flag.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to more on that. But let me come to you, Miss Judy. Now, to know that you're proper stuck is something that I don't think I want to wish on my worst enemy. But what were your thoughts when you were reading the letter?
Women should make their own money. Like, make money so that no man
Make
will look
money,
down
make
on
vex
you.
money that you can walk away whenever you want to.
It's very important. Like, we depend so much on the other sex that, you know, when something happens, we are just there. We cannot make the decision for ourselves. But as she said, she needs to talk to somebody, because after marriage, everybody is expecting something to happen. In a year or two, they'll start causing problems for you. Where are the babies? What's your explanation? No, traditionally they will tell her to fast and pray.
Yeah.
But in a trip. Because if the table should turn, nobody's going to tell the man to fast and pray. So this is a decision she should make. One, the guy is basically just using her because he wants to cover up stuff. For now, she doesn't have the resources to leave. So he's giving you permission to fornicate. I'm not saying go and do anything, but basically take your allowance, make sure you are saving well to be able to move out when you can. Because obviously he's not going to change, whether you are praying or fasting or whatever. You know, one of the things that I feel we forget is sexual orientations. The first person normally you come into contact with defines your sexual orientation. It's possible he's been watching porn, someone in his family molested him, or at secondary school, anything could have happened. But he's not going to change in a day or two because you want him to change, because that is what he grew up thinking is right. So simple, make your money and move out when you can. But yes, inform your parents about it so that you guys have a plan, an exit plan.
I like that. I have an exit plan. But now let's come to the interesting part of it. Go out and find another man. and satisfy yourself, satisfy your urges, take what you want, get pregnant, whatever it is. Why not pick that option? Because at this point, if you're stuck in it, and this is me just looking at it from the other side, if you're stuck in it and you're being given free rein to basically go and find someone, maintain a relationship with that person, and get whatever satisfaction you want, kids, whatever, and still be my wife, is that not even a middle ground that you can consider?
Well, it is for the guy's comfortability. It's not in interest of the lady, I can assure you. Because he's not saying, maybe let's get divorced or let's separate.
No. He needs
wants
it.
to keep you there,
Yeah.
and also continue with whatever covering of the reputation for him and all of that. So I don't think it is the right thing to do. It's either she's cutting everything off and moving freely, or she's finding an alternative. All the money she's been getting from the guy, I think she should invest it in or use it for something better. Yes, she should have thought of that earlier, because the guy is paying handsomely. So I think you should rather invest the money into something, as Auntie rightfully said. Yes. So yes. So as she rightfully said, women, it's high time we empower ourselves. If you keep enslaving yourself or you don't know your value or just throwing yourself about, I think it wouldn't help. You have to empower yourself. I'm sure she went to school or she has some sort of skill or something. She should build on it. But you should talk to someone.
Now, speaking to someone, say her family. Now, this is a situation where her family very happily obliged to take this man's money, a lot of his money in the courtship period. When you're courting someone, would you recommend that you take the person's money, even though you may need it, until you sort of find your smoothness level? Is it right to be happy to collect the gifts? Because at this point, she knew that at the end of it, I'm still going to marry this man. So it makes it a little different. Yes. Some people would take the money and then choose not to be exactly. But I'm taking it because I know I'm going to build a life for this person. Did she make the right decision? In hindsight, being okay with not squandering, spending, utilizing the money.
I accepted. Simple. In life, you don't reject gifts.
That's true.
So he offered, I accepted. I feel when we were courting, should have made good use of it. But funny, she thought, okay, they have a good future together. So, but people forget that. You meet people in church and you feel like, oh, they are church people, so they are going to treat you right. You meet sick people in the hospital. And unfortunately, why do we even want to think that people in church are better off or are sinless? They are going there basically to...
That's true, for spiritual help.
You feel like that person is good enough. Actually, she's a church girl. The fornication part, basically, I think, might be so difficult for her. So, yes, but she accepted the money, make good use of it. As far as you are there and you can't do certain things that he wants you to do, the only thing that you can do, accept you. So make very good use of it. Whether we are courting or not, you made an offer, I accepted. Me, I will not reject it. So.
That one is true, me neither. Should she have rejected?
No. She shouldn't.
I like the way conviction. No, she shouldn't.
Yes.
Okay. It's good to take it and use it.
It's good to take it, but make good use of it.
Largely, she may have. I mean, they fixed up their house. The kids, her siblings are in good schools. Her parents have a job now. So to a large extent, it's just that if you ask them to pay back, is where the problem will be.
Why am I paying back?
Because you won't marry me again.
I don't think he can even dare ask me.
You think?
I would gather evidence against you. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
No, don't try that.
So that shouldn't be something you should be afraid of.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the guy would even want to see
He won't try.
someone you're married to.
But he did say that he will ruin her and her family.
How are you going to ruin me? You're going to take the resources away from me.
Possibly.
Which obviously I'm saving towards for that thing you're going to take away from me.
Okay. Now, coming to another question. So, she met a Christian boy or Christian brother in church. And then they decided to do no sex before marriage. Only for the wedding night for him to show her shaggy. Should you be figuring out the kind of person you're with intimately before you decide to agree to tie the knot with a person?
Yes.
Translation: should you try the goods before accepting to say yes?
Yes. So for me, well, I'll play the devil's advocate.
Please.
Yes. For me, I think it's very necessary.
Go on, my sister. Preach on. Koso. I like the trajectory.
Yes, to be very frank with you, it's very necessary. Because you might be going in for something you didn't bargain for. Yes, even though morally it might not look, right, but I think for your peace of mind and to be comfortable with.
Please push the mic. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yes.
All right. So I think for your peace of mind and for your future, you would attest to the fact that our sister didn't bargain for this, and she went into it expecting, let's say, apples, and here she has something else. Okay. So thank you. So I think it's very important. You need to, survey everything and check if everything is intact. Some people will hide, let's keep ourselves until we are married. And at the end of the day, you go and it's either erectile dysfunction, it's some hidden illness somewhere, or all these, unnatural ways of,
So you are going to test everybody
satisfying.
that comes your way.
Not everybody, but once you are certain,
How can you be certain in this world? Like,
yes, but
people break up a day before marriage.
that is very true. But to some extent, there should be some upper hand somewhere.
Because AJ will kill me, but I feel there are other ways of checking that the man wants you than actually, going for the real good. Because you can have conversations. You can cuddle. Obviously, it's supposed to come up when, I'm hugging you. I'm supposed to have a sense that it actually works. But as a Christian who are check goers, I feel if we should say that they should keep testing. By the time you are done, you have tested so much, and you know how we are. Once I've had something to do with you, no matter how bad you are, it's kind of difficult for me to go off. So all the red flags will be there, and because we've had intimacy, it's hard for me to move away.
Okay.
And I get married to you knowing very well, okay, you're going to change at one point in time, but you wouldn't. So I feel there are ways of testing whether it actually works without actually going all out for it.
But sometimes it might be up, but it's not functioning. Yes.
That's true.
So you test it.
It's very necessary.
I agree.
It's very necessary.
I'm lost for it.
It's very necessary.
Because you need to fill all aspects. You need to understand where they really stand, if they can stand or not.
So you can touch it. He's going to bath. He's going to the washroom. Can I follow you? You're flirting, but
you don't know how effective they can use
the thing is, I understand that people can still stand and not be sexually compatible.
All right.
Because I have this feeling that, am I supposed to say this? Each hole has the exact fit. So there are other fits that even though you guys might be compatible, you'll not be sexually compatible.
Right.
So unless you try it, you wouldn't know that.
Okay.
But there's also another saying that once you haven't had so many experiences, that one will automatically be nice for you, which I disagree. But then morally, as she said, it's hard to say that I'm going around testing. So let's just assume that God knew best when he said that we should keep to ourselves till we get married.
Okay.
Even though in this world right now, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't though.
I think the Bible should be edited.
Oh wow! On that note, it's a beautiful. So, what are your thoughts about it? Our lady's in a bit of a dilemma. She is in a marriage that has lasted a year. Her husband is addicted to gay porn and doesn't want to touch her. He's not touched her in the 1 year they've been married. However, he made a lot of financial gifts to her and her family, so she's unable to leave the marriage because she feels if he asks for his money back, they cannot pay. Most importantly, he's giving her carte blanche to go outside and find another man to satisfy her, or use toys if she's so in need. Now the question is, she's tired of being in a sexless marriage and she doesn't want to cheat. How does she go ahead, and should she leave the marriage? Should she stay? And what should she do? Let us know. 0559 242 717. That's 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. That's 0556 910 154.
Grab you by your coattail, take it to the motel.
And hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Medina.
Yes, sir. So go ahead.
I really like the show. My advice to her is she has gotten the permission to find her way out.
Mm-hmm.
So take some money from the guy. Find someone. I think she hasn't tried anybody yet. But once she gets someone, she tries one to, like, she'll have fun. She'll get her fun over there. At least just be with your man. You can get pregnant, you can born elsewhere, and then at least you raise different families elsewhere. But I think the guy has a plan before getting you to do this whole thing. So if you also don't plan and you just move out just like that, something else might happen to her.
Mm.
Yes, so the guy has his plans already. So you also have to plan, and then at least you have the chance to move on, and then you're not the only person to fornicate, right?
At all, yeah.
Yeah, it happens. So Charlie, she can just contact me, and then.
Hey, Nana, are you? We thank you for your call. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Nana.
Yes, please, Nana. Go ahead. What are your thoughts about today's story?
It's funny, you know. A lot of things going in my mind. This lady reminds me so much of the country Ghana.
Hey, how?
Oh, Ghana, only no say. Woman is cancer on you know, time or time anyhow. So what you be cover one so no one.
Hey.
Oh yes, of course. It's the same thing with the lady. He said this guy has money. And he's been doing what? Giving you. What have you been doing with all the money he's been giving?
She's been taking care of her family, la.
Wow. Taking care of the family.
Yes, now.
So in her mind, you know, the money will be there. They be into on the investment.
But that's her husband, so she was, it will keep coming.
Your husband. And then in there. And then Ghana there. You see? And then in there. And then Ghana on there. Look. Let's not kid ourselves, though. I keep saying this. If somebody just said women should learn how to make their money. Me, it's basic for me. See, we are all human beings. While you go and you leave your parents out, you need to be responsible financially. And money knows no gender. If you don't find money and somebody will spoon-feed you, you become a slave to the person. And especially when you are being spoon-fed and you are not using your head too in addition. Do you understand? So this is a situation. What will you do? We talk about sex before or after marriage. Me, that's why I say I'm not for or against it too. See, if they tried, if they had tried, or even an attempt was made, you see the signs. But we've demonized the thing. Meanwhile, this thing, whether you do it before or after, it doesn't guarantee you any successful marriage. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But it's true. Sex before or after marriage doesn't guarantee you a successful marriage. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, so you demonize the idea, no? Okay, yes, and so between say they will try, and maybe an attempt was made, and she found out that this guy is not there like that, and the marriage didn't happen at all. And right now that she's married, and let's say they divorce, they move their way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And they say, what God has put together, no man should separate. What if God didn't put it together? Have we asked ourselves that question before? Every marriage God has put together. Matter, people are doing their own thing. It's not every marriage that God has put together. This is one of them. Yes, this is one of them. Because she was handicapped. Oh, no. When you're scanning the and honest one, hey, so you if you are being spoon, you use your hair small. When you're not scanning, you don't pass a being to be mount. It's also your husband. Now, your husband, if he's not there, you see his family. That's when you know that your husband or your what.
That's true. Yeah,
you should suffer in peace. Me, I won't even tell her to leave. She should suffer in peace.
I said now you're critical.
Because it hurts. If it was my style to hurt me, the sad part is, you see, the sad part is you are not using your head. What the young fan is, the home page you mind head. When your bema or whisker into a debema, won't you use your head?
Yeah.
Think about it, Charlie. Use your head there. Find something for yourself. Do something. So that all they go on you are getting something somewhere. And whereby when you are leaving his house, they are not going into a rented apartment too. And by now, also where a small apartment, we are alcohol. Do you understand? But right now you are not coming to prepare, and now he's threatening you. Go and report him. It's illegal in Ghana. Go and report him. Now for the interested one and all that. By the time you see this person is a very big person, and he's also Obama Kotobonku, and this guy is misbehaving. This is misbehaving. Look at all this. My sister, suffer in peace, eh?
Wow.
When you give birth to your girl children, you raise them to be financially disciplined adults. You raise them to be to think that their upkeep is the responsibility of another human being called a man, and them to, because they have that in their mind. If they give you small, they want to control you like TV remote. Or person cast it down. Why? Because I'm the man. I'm the one who is taking care of you. if she was responsible, you see, the dynamics will be different a little. Haven't you realized that?
Perhaps.
Yes, you look for a man who is responsible financially too, but you see, what you look out for will go beyond the money aspect. But look at you. Yes, you're also a man, I'm sure. So far in peace.
Oh my. So yeah, what are your thoughts? You can give us a call as well. 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 I'm getting into some Facebook messages as well, and a lot of it has come. AJ Will says, make I just pass on. Now this matter only God can help. I accept it because he was a church boy. This illusion must stop. The fact that one goes to church does not guarantee a successful marriage or good character. Jesse Tim says, this justifies what every day I preach on my social media status, that God-fearing man is not the only one that goes to church. Jennifer says, with God all things are possible. Keep praying, he might deliver him. Nicholas says she's old enough to take her own decision. Fra Queen says, Madam, pray on your knees and pray for him. God knows why he gave you that soul. Junior says, there's no marriage here in the first place. Open up to the trusted people you know. Get out of the marriage and let him do his work. He can never ruin you. Is he God? Mohammed said, get a passport, gather enough money and run out of the country. When I say outside, I mean abroad. Just leave for good, madam. Amati Richard says, Tata Before Marriage is the title of my book. And Asco says, the only solution here is for you to join Alpha I midnight prayers. What God cannot do does not exist. Fortune Yom says, report him to God in fasting and prayers. I also recommend the book, The Praying Wife. Papa Tieku says, lesson to single ladies, don't marry a man because you see him as a church guy. Don't walk by sight, but by faith. Let faith lead you to getting your husband on your knees, and I mean through prayer. Victoria says, when Jesus is in the boat, you can smile at the storm. Get on your knees. A lot of people are saying, get on your knees, so Charlie. Getting into another one. Livingstone says, I want a rich boyfriend for Apia could be princess. It feels more interesting to read comments than actually to make one. I'm learning, but Kakra Dancer says, bring him to church. I'll cast out a demon that makes him desire men in the name of Jesus. Prince Daniel says, God is answering prayers of dying people. Don't disturb him with your husband's gift. Wait, Hold on, that's it. God is busy answering prayers of dying people. Don't disturb him with your husband's gay matters. Not everything is by prayer. You made the decision to marry him without doing any background checks. It's either you run away from the marriage and go for your happiness, or stay and enjoy the money and suffer emotionally. Olade Scanty says, simply show him how it's done. Prince Johnson says, this marriage hasn't been consummated. This could be grounds for annulment of the marriage. Prince Wiafi says, ask questions during courtship. It will open a lot about the person you intend to marry. Clarice says, married to toys because of poverty. Things are happening. Oh, she can't leave the marriage because she's scared to be poor again. Boy. Just filed for divorce at the court comes this message from Beloved. Ayi says, did she say a church boy? Now I understand why my colleague always says she will never go out with a church boy, because a lot of them use Jesus to cover up their face. Prince Lamsey says, this church boy, they come spoil the market givers. Ask him to try you one day, or tell him you want to try with him just one spare, and let's see if that will change his mind. John says, go to the man of God who blessed the marriage, confide in him and seek counseling from a proper source, and maybe he just might turn. My big sister Rebecca will tell you, don't take money from a man who isn't your husband yet. This advice has kept me going, as I won't feel indebted to any man I'm not married to. I'm sure you would have been able to talk to if you didn't owe him that much. Nonetheless, I don't blame you. May God see you through. Coming from Mabina Malaika. So yes, let's know your thoughts as well. Send us a message or call us. So you can send us a message via the WhatsApp number 0532 300 925. That's 0532 300 925. Sorry, 927. 0532 300 927. That's 0532 300 927. Send us a message and please get interactive with us. I'll get into our second story shortly. But not before I let you know that the Guinness Ghana Extravaganza is coming back again. And on Tamed Empire Spintex Road on Saturday, the 20th of April at 12 p.m. Join us for an exciting fusion of good music and thrilling art, exciting sports, and great food. This promises to be a multi-sensory stimulating experience with a myriad of world-class music, dance, art, and sports line up, and exciting performances from R2Bs, Olive the Boy, Sefa, and many others. Follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at Guinness GH or www.extravaganza.com and win yourself a ticket to an exciting experience where black shines brightest. Extravaganza is powered by Guinness Ghana. See you on Saturday, the 20th of April at the Untamed Empire Spintex Road. Now, ladies, at this point, we can all agree that we've shared our thoughts on that one. So the lady it's up to her to now figure it out. Should she leave, Nana?
Yes.
Should she leave the marriage?
Yes.
Okay. Should she leave, Judy?
And after you've accumulated so much wealth.
So she should get some money, then bounce.
Someone was saying that she should ask the husband to get her house help. And then the husband will watch them do things. That might change his perception.
Okay. Now let's go to our second and final story for this evening. So if you're ready, here it goes. My husband mistakenly sent a message meant for his side chick to me. My husband mistakenly sent a message meant for his side chick, telling her that he has sent the money she asked for to her, and he couldn't wait to see her that night to me, and then he quickly deleted it. But it was late for him because I was on WhatsApp at the exact time he sent it, and I read it. He realized it too. The problem is, this is a man I am struggling with and praying to God to make a way for us. I am pregnant too and have issues with BP. How do I handle this? Noted, this came as a surprise because he always acts very loyal. Emanya, struggling with you, praying with you, hoping that Ebe is sending a message to another chick that the money she asked for, he has sent it. And he can't wait to see her tonight. And you, the pregnant wife, who has BP, by the way, sees it on her phone. How should she go about confronting the issue? Should she confront the issue?
I'm supporting the men.
Hey, today.
I'm supporting the men. we like to look for things that doesn't matter.
But this one, she was sitting somewhere. He sent the message to her. She didn't go looking for
but
it.
There's no "I love you" and what if it's the sister or the cousin or some distance?
There's no sister or cousin. This one day. I can't wait to see you tonight. Day. Sister day.
I can send you that message.
That one day will be suspect. Imagine if on your man's phone. Well, we can't deduce if he sends maybe baby or boo or whatever.
Okay.
But I sent you the money. Maybe I sent you the 10,000 you wanted. Mm-hmm. hint. I can't wait to see you tonight. Make sure you are ready for me. Now, how will you explain this one? We'll find out how, where are you passing to come and explain this one?
I said no.
So what should she do, Nana?
Okay. So this is clearly a very mean man. Yes. We are struggling.
The
word is struggling.
You are who?
Myself
You are
and
struggling.
Just because you are struggling doesn't mean I'm struggling.
I mean, in context of the man and then the wife. This is a family that is not so much like well-to-do. Okay, so the best you can do is to give what you have. Okay, but you don't kind of maltreat the lady in such a way.
Maltreat the lady.
No, this is torture.
Says he's a very calm, nice man.
He's pretending.
But he's nice to me.
You see, he's pretending, and she should be thanking her stars the message got to her. Yes. It's true, because for all you know, you'll be quiet. Oh, my husband is loving, my husband is sweet, and all of that. And you wake up to a surprise one day, which would even be worse
than anything else. Yeah?
Yes. So I think you should confront the husband, and then definitely there'll be apologies here and there.
And then what?
The next thing is she should be on the guard. I think she should guard her heart in this case.
Okay.
You can't really put all your trust in such a person.
Okay.
When with the BP aspect, that one it's normal with her condition. So I think she shouldn't worry her head so much.
Okay.
Over certain things. Yes.
Miss Jude.
Hear no evil, see no evil, nothing no evil. I have not seen anything. Listen, women.
But you see, I think the part that is paining her
is the
or
money.
hurting her is the fact that we are struggling. Oh.
Yes.
Me and you know we are struggling. At least you are telling me you are struggling. You get, and I'm going on my knees with my big belly. You know, praying for you, praying for a safe delivery, praying that money will come into your hand. And when money comes into your hand, instead of thinking of a child that is literally
make your money.
on this point coming. You have
money.
a baby on the way. Not in a few weeks you're gonna be a daddy, and then you are using that money for another woman.
Make your money. You know, some months ago, someone's wife had delivered, and he needed a loan to go and bail the wife out.
Yeah.
The question I kept asking myself is, so throughout her 9 months, you didn't prepare.
He was spending it on his girl, no?
The woman also,
unlike this.
It's life and death. Like pregnancy is life and death. You don't know what will happen to you.
Yeah.
You might lose so much blood. And you are telling me as a human being, as a woman, you didn't prepare.
You're waiting for the husband to prepare.
These are things I don't understand. Me, I remember my mom-in-law is a midwife. So I was supposed to go to her, you know. But I wanted a place I can trust. Not that I can't trust her. She actually finally helped me out. But I wanted a place that I haven't given birth before. Before I actually gave birth, I had not even carried a baby before. I didn't even know how to pampers, nothing. So I wanted something that I am sure that should something go wrong, I am safe. I will not depend on you for my life. So you are pregnant and you are thinking that, oh, because I'm married, and please make your money. Life is that simple. Especially when your life depends on it. The man will move on should something happen to you. You are claiming you have BP and all that. I would not see any evil, especially at that time. If I would ever have a conversation about this, I'm going to have it after I've had my baby, and I'm okay. Really, I don't have time for drama in my life. Why should I burden myself with somebody's sins?
Yeah.
This is what you decided to do. You're a grown man, matured enough to make your own decision, and you feel that you've impregnated me, right? I'm your wife, and this is what you feel like doing at this particular point in time. And as you said, we are struggling, and I should be worried because you are messing around. Master, I am enjoying my life.
Hey.
I am, making my baby happy, and I'm taking care of myself.
In the house, well, that's what matters.
After that, we will deal with whatever your issue is, but not when I have issues of my own.
But the responsibility, is 50-50.
Make your money.
Even if you make your money and the other half is not doing what they are supposed to do,
what if at that point in time you confront him and he, decides to leave? You are still on your own. What if he's that committed to the other person? And now that you've found out, you've opened the gates for him to move on to do whatever he wants. Then what happens? You are still on your own.
That's true. But what I was saying was, she has to safeguard her heart,
By not seeing it.
She's already seen it.
I will still not see it. I would think that wholly about the message. The message is meant for a sister, a brother.
See no evil, hear no evil. Well, let's see what people are saying on social media, because a lot of them actually reflect your view. Clarice says, these are the reasons why some women don't pity men even when they are badly in need. How do you expect more blessings and favor with this attitude? We will catch all these congee men one by one. Confront him. Doris says, concentrate on your health. Focus on yourself and the unborn child. Don't bother asking him. Have something doing to make yourself busy. If you have friends, go to them. Be happy. Then be the woman of the house and let him be the man of the house. Let him do his responsibilities as a husband and play your role as a woman. Baby, no. Isaac says, the person doing your husband is the same person doing Ghana.
Anyway, imagine that the man actually knows you've seen the message and you are happy, not doing anything. That is enough torture.
Fazin Nua says, keep calm, pretend you didn't read the message, continue to act until you deliver safely. Meanwhile, try as much as possible to overburden him with bills. In fact, drain every blood out of him.
I love that.
I subscribe to this message. Derek Preacher says, Madam, the message was for you. He thought you are not at home and couldn't wait to see you. He deleted it because he realized you're at home. Men think a lot, so his mind is not stable. Chill, my sister, and I wish you safe delivery. Nah says, dear, relax and don't be thinking about it, or else it will affect you and the baby in your womb. Just pray for safe delivery and pray to God to touch his heart for him to repent. Hannah says, keep calm, my sister, concentrate on your unborn child. Ruth says, my dear, your health matters more than that of your husband. As for men, none can say he doesn't cheat. Focus on your health, that of the unborn child, and leave him. Steven says, this man should apologize to his wife and also send and give the same amount of money to his wife to end the matter. Because according to the story, the woman this man is with, the woman and the man are struggling. So he should do the needful by compensating her. Mary Owusu says, don't die because of him. Think of the baby and your health, okay? Everything will be fine. Alika says, I think she should calm down and continue to pray God's intervention. He will change. In fact, he noticed you read the message and might have regretted. So calming down will be the end of the problem. It's also normal for men to be calm. It's also normal for men. So being calm with them is a solution. Nana Kofi says, every day, Bia, this is the man I'm struggling with and praying to God and things. So the man there, he doesn't pray, Abi. Isn't he struggling to be with you too? Woman, dear, so no. You go inside to the woman to know they do anything self to support the man. Way. Kennedy says, your husband intentionally wrote that to you and quickly deleted it because he wanted to see how you react to some of these things. He loves you so much, dear. Hold your breath, why? Oh my baby, tell me why. Rita says, even Jesus was betrayed by Judas, one of his loyalists. Who am I? Anything can betray your loyalty. When you're dealing with human beings, put it at the back of your mind that anything can go wrong, no matter the assurance they give you. Trust less and save yourself. And a few more messages in that regard. So final words on this woman. Should she confront him? Should she let it go and just keep him moving? What should she do? Miss Judy.
Sorry, AJ, come again.
Okay, so what should this lady do? She should leave it completely and go her way, or she should confront him and figure it out from there?
Mind your business. Mind your business. Sort this thing out after your baby is born, if there's a need to do so. I think sometimes we read so much meanings into things that really don't concern us. So mind your business. It's that simple.
Okay, all right. And what do you think, Nanadra? Mind your business?
No, for me, I think you should confront him.
Confront him.
And let's look at the brighter side of things. I think that one would be better
Okay.
than pretending.
All right, okay. Confront him if you can, according to the Najwa. Now, we have like a minute more to take one quick call. So if you want to join in on that conversation, 0559-242-717, 0559-242-717, or 0556-910-154. Let's know your thoughts quickly before we wrap up the show. And already the lines are calling. Hello.
Me them. Nana,
Go ahead.
I agree. He has to confront him. However, at this moment, I agree with my other sister that she should wait till Thursday. And after that, the health is good. Then she drink the blood out of him.
Hey.
See, me, I have zero policy for
Cheating.
infidelity in men. I know that in this part of our world, we've normalized it.
They have.
Makes it a young system, but we've normalized it. But we see, we are giving birth, and our children, we are going to raise them to understand that it is not okay. You have no business putting on your wife.
Yeah.
If you do it, then she do the same thing to you. Don't cry.
Yeah.
That's where we are getting to.
I like
You see,
that.
so please, her health, I think she should start seeing a doctor more, because this one, she cannot unseen it. It is still running in her mind. To see a doctor, if possible, a counselor too, so that they will monitor her till she gives birth. And when she's fine after that, now who's saying that one another of them come here, me one. The way you wait,
Crazy. All right, fabulous. Thank you, Nana. And that's all the messages and calls we can take. So for those that are trying to call in now, so sorry about that. A message on Twitter from Nana Kwesi says, don't marry a Christian, marry a good person. Being a Christian alone is not enough to settle with someone. And also said, what God has put together, let no man separate. Question is, what if God didn't put it together? Raise financially disciplined women with the hashtag keeping it real. Thank you for that, Nana. And that's how we bring the show to an end. Thank you all for being tuned in for another exciting edition of Keeping It Real.
Chop my CD, chop my naira, chop my dollar.
I did this with Miss Judy and Nanadra Sharp. She's CEO of Golden Luxury Real Estate. Thank you, ladies, for coming through. And thank you for being tuned in. My name is AJ Akwakosapo. Did this with DJ Phil on the music and the ones and twos. And the supporting the men that are cheating. We see you, Phil. We see you. And also reminding everyone that Extravaganza is happening on the 20th of April. Come join us at the Guinness Ghana Extravaganza on Tamed Empire, Spencer Road, on Saturday the 20th of April, 12 p.m. for an exciting fusion of good music and thrilling art, exciting sports and great food. This promises to be a multi-sensory, stimulating experience with a myriad of world-class music, dance, art, and sports lineup. And exciting performances from R2B, Olive the Boys, Sefa, and many others. Follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at Guinness GH or www.extravaganza.com and win yourself a ticket to an exciting experience where black shines brightest. Extravaganza is powered by Guinness Ghana. See you on the 20th at the Untamed Empire with Guinness Ghana Extravaganza. Again, my name is AJ Kwakosapo. We're back your way next week, Tuesday, for another wonderful edition of Keeping It Real.